What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Josh Johnston. I'm excited to take you guys along on this new journey, and I'll talk more about what that journey is here in a little bit. But for now, it's 5:20 this morning. I got to get some electrolytes in me, spend some time in the Word, and then we're going to go for a morning run. But taking you guys along for the day today, let's dive in. All right, guys, hear this real quick. Proverbs 10, verses 2 through 4. Ill-gotten gains do not profit anyone, but righteousness rescues from death. The Lord will not let the righteous go hungry, but he denies the wicked what they crave. Idle hands make one poor, but diligent hands bring riches. Just some food for the thought. Proverb of the day, Proverbs 10, verses 2 through 4. Let's go, baby. All right, guys, we've got about 5 miles on the books this morning. We're going to get a little stretch in and then knock out these miles. Let's go. I first got into running for the physical benefits. I wanted to really better my endurance, compete in some races and things like that. And what I quickly realized is I started to find so much more benefit in the mental benefits than the physical benefits. It's the beginning of January, and it is 63 degrees at 6 a.m. here in Atlanta. There's people out walking everywhere, got their dogs out, got the weighted vests on. I mean, holy crap, as the kids on TikTok would say, the vibes are high. Let's go. All right, 5.5 miles done, 49 minutes, 18 seconds, 8:58 minute per mile pace. All right, we're gonna check the baby monitor to see if baby Emmy's up. She is subpar at sleeping, to say the least. By subpar, I mean she's about to be 16 months old and has slept through the night 4 times. So all my parents out there that are just in grind, figure it out mode, I feel you. Oh, let's go. Let's go. That is massive. Hello. Hello. Hey, girl. Good morning. Good morning. What are you doing? Amy's a big blueberry gal. Now, guys, I will say, sourdough, peanut butter, banana with honey on top, great breakfast, but we are dangerously low on groceries. We have no eggs, we have barely any fruit, so we're making do with what we got. It's a good breakfast. Let's dive in. All right, guys, let's talk about why we're here. So like I said, my name is Josh Johnston. The purpose for this channel really is I want to tell the story behind Take a Step. The impact it's having, the community that's growing from it, and just its journey from where it is now to the vision that we have for it. And just a little backstory. About 3 years ago, I was 3 years in to 2 different corporate jobs that I had worked throughout that phase of my life. And I came to a point where I was just so burnt out, so unfulfilled behind the life I was building for myself, my wife, and our future family. And I was so ready to, in essence, take a step and do something for myself, do something that's in line with what I felt like God, the time, talent, and abilities that God had wired me with. And I wasn't doing that. I knew I was wasting a lot of potential on just doing what I felt like I was supposed to be doing. Honestly, I felt like I was building this life that everyone said, hey, you go to college, you get your college degree, you get your entry level job in corporate America, and you climb your way up the corporate ladder, and you build this career, and then when you're 65 years old, you retire, you pull out your 401k, you enjoy life. But for me, I'm like, why can I not find something that is in line with my purpose on adding value to the world on a daily basis? And I started doing a lot of soul searching. And for me, like at that time, I was a huge personal development, self-help junkie. Like I love the books, the podcasts, really just this mindset of like striving to be the best version of yourself every single day, finding relationships that are like-minded, joining forces with them, and just continuing to build. I love the idea behind the journey, the process, rather than the destination itself. So when I posted my first piece of content, January 1st, 2023, towards the end of 2023, I believe it was August, launched the Take a Step podcast. Literally got a $20 mic off Amazon, GarageBand on my computer, and just started. I paid for this like hosting service that would ship your recordings out to the Spotify's, the Apple Musics of the world. So literally just, would write up a script, literally read off the script into this crappy Amazon mic into GarageBand, got the recording, uploaded it to that hosting software, and that's how the podcast started. And now we're 2.5 years into the podcast and being able to have guests on, building out an in-person studio now. And it's just so cool to see where that's come from. But the podcast then continued to grow over 2024, and then at the beginning of 2025, started throwing in-person events. That was the first way that I actually monetized the brand of Take a Step, which we brought in. We had personal development workshops. We'd bring in keynote speakers that I knew and respected and knew that they would add value to the audience that came. So had like 15 people at the first one. We did them once a quarter throughout 2025. Second quarter had about 25 people. Third quarter had about 30 people and some higher profile speakers. And in the summertime this past year, we launched the tribe, the Take a Step tribe, which is Take a Step's leadership development community of young guys in their 20s and 30s that want to come alongside other guys, really to sharpen one another. The proverb, iron sharpens iron, and we really want to find a way and create opportunities to live that out. And I know so many people that crave that sense of community where you're this growth-minded guy, and it's kind of hard to find those relationships that go beneath the surface level. That's the purpose behind the tribe. Launched that in June. Started with 20 guys, grew to 30 guys. Now we have about 40 guys in it, with the goal of reaching 100 members in the tribe by the end of this year. One more thing that I want to make sure I touch on before we jump into the day, as I'm telling this kind of backstory behind Take a Step, is a huge driving factor behind the brand itself is, yes, it is personal development. It is in this world of self-help, of inspiration. But for me, one thing I saw when I was first starting was there was this gap that I felt like needed to be bridged. And I like my identity is in Christ. I'm a follower of Jesus, and I saw this gap between the personal development industry and the church. And for me, I felt like the personal development industry, while I loved it, erred on the side of always having this like money motivated approach, and this essentially this message that you're your own God, you're always in control, you're in control of your destiny kind of thing. And it was kind of cringy to me, to be honest, and I didn't really agree with it. But then on the other side, I felt like while there are so many amazing aspects to the church, and it changed my life as far as being able when I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, I felt like at the same time the church can sometimes do a poor job of demonizing having big goals and wanting to strive to accomplish something great, because in my opinion, the world needs more strong male Christian leaders who are living a life that would inspire young men to strive to be just like them. And then once they get to know them and a little bit more about their journey, realizing that, oh wait, they're a strong follower of Christ at the same time. Like that's how we create this attractive nature on wanting men to follow after men who are strong followers of Christ. And I felt like there was this gap to bridge between this money motivated, you're your own God message to don't have big goals because they don't matter. It's wrong to be ambitious and to want to strive to achieve something great. Yes, I understand that like you can't be at the center of your universe. There is a greater purpose behind why you want to strive to achieve something great. But at the same time, I saw this gap. I felt like there was a need to bridge that gap, especially in young men in the world today. So that's something I wanted to make sure I said before we jump in. That said, let's go. All right, guys. So knocked out a couple calls this morning. One of our tribe members gave me a call, and we had a great conversation just about some exciting things that he's got going on going into this year. Got a meeting with a new guy who we connected on Instagram, actually. He reached out to me. He owns a local chiropractic office here in Woodstock. We are meeting at the best coffee shop known to man, Black Rifle Coffee. All right, guys. Awesome meeting. I mean, yeah, one thing I want to say, if there's somebody that is like-minded that wants to get out and connect with you, or you have the opportunity to go meet with someone new for the first time, get out and go do it. Find the time, because you have no idea what could live on the other side of a new relationship, and just sharing, perspectives. And right now, about to head back to the office. I'll show you what it's like over there. We're actually getting the podcast studio built out over there, so I'll show you what we're working with. So we've got John Starzewski, head of coaching, would take a step. Superman John. Oh, there's the ego coming back.
No, not at
all. Head of coaching, take a step. Business partner. John, give me a little rundown on what you think of Take a Step so far.
Oh, man. Power and proximity, and getting guys together and just like getting laser targeted on where they want to go. But you can't know where you want to go until you get real on where you're at. So it's been so beautiful just to onboard. We've got upwards of 40 guys in this right now. And the humility that they're all coming with has been so beautiful.
Yeah.
Get right with the Lord, invest time in your family, weaponize your body, and then have that laser focused to-do list, and you will execute and you'll be there so quick. In case you're wondering, I don't have a habit. Start of the year, I like to get based on numbers, so I get the full workup, getting my physical, my blood work, all the things tested to make sure my body is operating at full capacity. And that's for my girls. I'm going to be around for your babies and maybe even your grandbabies. So let's go.
Yeah, we're working with the good needles. That's what it is. Guys, quick show of the office. Getting the podcast studio built out over here. We got all of our wood panels, lighting, getting our mics in, got our chairs over here. So it's a fun work in progress, but y'all will be seeing a ton of it in the near future. And yeah, man, it's exciting. We got about an hour until we're getting a little tribe workout in with a few of the guys. But I'm going to head over here to Sprouts, which I found out there is a hack to eating good lunch. Sprouts has a deli. They have like $5 sandwiches, and it is unbelievable quality. So I'm going to head over to Sprouts, grab a sandwich, and then we'll get on with the work day. Buffalo chicken wrap and a side chicken salad, $9. Come on now, let's go. Let's get fueled up, get a little work done, and then get after it in the gym, baby. Let's go get jacked. Seriously. All right. Brutal workout. We had John, Oscar, who's one of our new members, and then Michael, who's the GM. He was hanging out with us as well. But good time. But gonna crush a little bit more work, finish out this Friday, head home, get ready for a relaxing weekend because it is much needed. Here we go. All right, guys, it's been a great, productive Friday. We had a great run this morning. Got to hang out with Emmy a little bit for breakfast this morning, and then went over, had coffee with a new connection. Excited to see where that goes. Great call with a new potential one-on-one coaching client. A couple calls with some guys in the tribe. New podcast dropped today. Had a great workout with a few guys in the tribe. So I'm about to head in here, spend some time with the family, get a little bit more work done before we wind it down for the weekend. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for jumping on board at the beginning of this journey. This is exciting. I'm excited to see where this goes. I really want to showcase the story behind what we're building here at Take a Step, and huge vision for where it's going. So if you want to follow along, like, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace.
Hello. What you doing? Ooh,